What is going on, guys? Welcome back to yet another Home Arcade podcast, where today we're talking about what I think to be an interesting subject. What about the pickups from 2021? I want to hear from you as well, what your favorite pickups are. Do a comment in the live chat. We're here every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern to hang out with the group. That's right, we're hanging out with the community, talking about some favorite subjects that are of ours, Home Arcade gaming. And today, I'm going to go through some of my favorite pickups of 2021. And so here's the thing. The video, I put it together. I did all this, all these tabs. I was going to show you all my stuff. And literally, I got sucked into watching some other video. It was Twisted Chris was having a live stream. I come back to my computer. It is fully rebooted. 5 minutes ready to go live. I'm like, what? I had everything prepared. So sorry I was a little bit late. I was getting everything ready for the show, and then all my preparation just went out the window. But what is going on? We got Dawn of Time. I hope everyone is having a great day. That's a good comment from Don. We're going to hear from a voicemail from Don. Don's going to share with everybody what his favorite pickup is that he receives. And I think it's a pretty good one. So we definitely got to highlight that. And what is going on? We see different activity from everyone here. We got CT Jason. I'm going to do his voice. Anyway, Jason, another Jason here. We got a couple Jasons in what's going on. See Marvel 360. We got Lewis. His Pac-Man Cabaret is his number one. Now, is that your Lewis or mine? Because I got a Pac-Man Cabaret. Oh, look. Whoa. Peter Griffin left a voicemail. We gotta hear. We gotta hear from him. What's up, Super Leaf 64? Thank you for joining. Josh Lawson. What is going on, Jeff Rainwater? What's up? Oh, Mark, first time sub. Love the channel. Thank you so much. Okay, so in this video, we're going to break down the highlights of my year, and we're going to take some time through each one. I'd love to interact with the audience. Some of the things or products that you probably picked up, some of them will probably be unique to me. Where they're unique to me, we'll just go past really quick. So let's turn down the music here, and we're going to switch over to this view. The latest thing that I bought recently was the Analog Pocket. I want to talk about that just for a second, because I learned something when I bought some of these products. Now, I own a lot of the Analog products, and this one, my daughter taught me a valuable lesson with this product. So this is her playing. This is nostalgic for my daughter Evelyn, because when she's about 5 years old, she's 13 now. She had an original Game Boy Color. And that was her mom's. That was my wife's. It's her mom's Game Boy that she gifted to her, and that is definitely one of her favorite video game consoles, because it was her first, right? So it's actually, getting the Analog Pocket was kind of nostalgic for her. So I take a look at it and I say, what do you think, Evelyn, of this new thing? She's playing Kirby. This is actually her continuing Kirby where she left off probably when she was like 8 years old, so maybe 5 years ago. And I'm like, look at this screen. I mean, this screen is 10 times better than the original Game Boy, right? So it's the resolution is crazy, 1600 by 1440. It's 10 times scaling the resolution. She goes, Dad, but it's not very good. I was like, really? What are you talking about? You don't like the Analog Pocket? Like, nobody has the Analog Pocket. There's all these people that are pre-ordering the Analog Pocket and don't have one. She's like, yeah, but it's not my original Game Boy. I was like, this is backlit. She's like, what's backlit? Well, backlit, you got these lights where you can see it, She's like, yeah, but I like the original. She doesn't like where the cartridge goes into it. And then all this is what I learned from it. All I learned from this is Evelyn is nostalgic for the original purple Game Boy Color. That is hers. And all buying this did was remind her, because I went and had to go get all the games, and now she's playing the original Game Boy, and I guess the Analog Pocket was mine. I thought that was something I was going to give Evelyn, but I guess it's for me. I guess that one's for me, because I've always wanted to get into the Game Boy games more. I didn't have all the games, and having this is what it taught me. It doesn't matter if you have the best Game Boy on the market with the highest quality video, sound, sideload games. There's hacks out there where you can sideload games on it by renaming it to Pocket and doing an IPS modification. None of it matters if it doesn't allow you to revisit your childhood. And for her, it's just, to when she was 5. So I had to highlight that because I think that is something that I learned from it. And so the second item we're going to talking about now, this is the Star Wars pinball. I picked this up. It came, I want to say, in February. And so this is, love to hear what you guys think of the Star Wars pinball. So this is video from February 10th, this year, 2021. And I believe, let's turn down this music here. I believe this is, my daughter gets to play it for the very first time and ask her what her thoughts on it are. Let's see. What's your first impression?
It's great.
Yeah, of course she loves it, and the reason why we got it, and it started to make me think about it because later I got the Legends pinball, which I think is more superior from a point of view of quality, the screen size and everything like that. But my daughter, for example, she never plays the Legends Ultimate pinball machine. She only plays the Star Wars one, and again, that one is different. She loves Star Wars itself. Right. And so that is if we were to get rid of one of the pinballs, I wouldn't be able to get rid of the Star Wars version unless I bought like a real Star Wars, like maybe a Mandalorian table, which I've considered. Then maybe, of course, those are really expensive. So I am hesitating to pull the trigger on that one. But I could totally get rid of the AtGames Legends pinball because it doesn't really have any nostalgic value, although the quality is better. Kind of similar to like if I were to sell the Analog Pocket, I could get away with it, but I could never sell the original Game Boy Color that we have. So another pickup of this year was, hold on. Let's see in the chat. I'm looking for, what do you guys think of this, of like the Star Wars pinball? Love to get some comments on that. Star Wars pinball in the live chat if you guys want to talk about that for a second. Who owns it, and who still wants to keep it? They really enjoyed it, or did you sell it, move on? I'll talk about it a little bit while I wait for comments. There's this new website called teamencoder.com if you want to know about the hacks for the Arcade1up pinball machines. They do provide tools to be able to, on your own, if you can obtain the different, what is it called? The firmware updates or APKs for the different machines, you can put all 30 games, on the pinball machine. Now, the developer behind it has... The developer behind it was intended that if you, own special, multiple ones, you can... do the tables on other ones, but I'm sure there's people out there, that's right, the mystery encoder. Let's see, AWOL 101, he's saying, I have the Star Wars pinball, and I enjoy it even more now because of the mystery encoder. Who he is? Guess what? It's a mystery. Let's see. Pontiac Joe says, I want to get one, but not for $750. Too much. Yeah, when it was $550. $550 is what I paid for. And Jamie, he's saying, still fighting with my table to add those 30 games. Yeah, I haven't done it yet. I was talking to Jamie about that before. I was like, I'm going to play with it eventually. I just haven't got around to do it. It's literally like my pinball machine's here, and I don't own a Windows laptop. I only have a Windows desktop, which is right now what you're seeing that I'm sharing. So, hooking up a USB to the pinball machine, which is required to do the modification, is part of it. So I just haven't got around to it. And Chris says, I own the Marvel table. Ordered Star Wars, but the price I got from Walmart, too hard to pass at $430 brand new. They made a shipping mistake, but I'm very happy with it. And Laurie says, I have the Attack from Mars. I like it, but might sell it for a real pinball table. All right, because that's what I've been thinking about doing. I've been looking at the Mandalorian table. It's expensive. There's a pinball place local here in Des Moines. I was going to go check it out to see if they have any Stern tables there. They may, because then I could play with it. Anyway, so let's move on to the Legends Ultimate, and I'd love to hear from you. Who has the Legends Ultimate? Now, this one has all of these different tables on it, hundreds of tables, really. what is it? Something like 150 to 200 tables. It comes with 22 built in, but you can purchase more tables in these different packs. And for me, it's like almost overwhelming the amount of tables that you can get on it. I have not played them all. I've played some of the highlight tables. It is a lot of fun. I do really enjoy the 32-inch screen, 1080p. But again, it's like I'm torn. Like, I give it a lot of respect. The cabinet, you know, the pinball machine, a lot of respect because they hit it out of the park when it comes from a technology point of view. But again, I could sell this one and no one in my family would care, you know, being real there for a second. And so we got Kumarev saying, I played Kong, amazing super modded V-Pin, and no disrespect, but it's 610 compared to a real pinball. Ah, okay. Let's see. Jason says, I'm seriously considering moving to a real pinball. I should have 15 years now. When a friend got into it, would have been fun. Yeah, that's really good. Good as long as the firmware updates don't break it. Steam only. There you go. Legends Pinball needs a PC added for full value with Pinball Emporium. Yeah, that's pretty good. So I did put a video out there, and I think the video was called, you know, like I was wrong or something like that. And in the video, yeah, it's like the world's first connected pinball machine.
Look at the Star Wars Arcade1up pinball machine. Now, this thing is really, really nice, but it has some limitations, and it's time to talk about the Legends pinball. Now, this, I have to give honor to it. Arcade1up did a great job on this machine. It's simple and easy to use. There's not a lot of features, but you can go in here and just pick whatever games you want, and that's really nice. You get high score, but it's a static cabinet. No one's connected to the internet with this machine. A lot of people wish it was connected to the internet, but unfortunately, it is not. But it only has 10 games, and when you play some of those games, oh wow, the music is so great. The sounds, everything about it is really, really cool, except for it's got a 24-inch monitor, and a lot of people complain about the flippers. They're not laggy or anything like that, but the quality of the fidelity of the screen leaves somewhat to be desired. You can kind of see a little bit of the jaggities, and it kind of started irritating me after a time. I mean, the games are definitely fun, but sometimes you just want to upgrade, maybe for the sake of upgrading, and then you come over to the Legends Ultimate and you can experience a 1080p 32-inch screen. It's actually really nice. But the thing that sold me on the Legends Ultimate is how the deluxe deals, or whatever they're called, the Wave 12, 13, I don't know, you guys got to check it out. But if you get all of these games, you're talking 100+ games. Now, the Legends Ultimate has its problems. Like, I'm sitting here connected to the Wi-Fi, but for some reason I'm not logged in, you know? You gotta get a thumb drive to kind of like expand its memory so you can download the extra packs, but all of that's something that you can totally do. And I've been playing every night, going through these different games, and I have to tell you, this got me interested in pinball, and this gives me so many games to play that every night I'm just going through the list. And so far, each game that I've played, now I'm not an expert at pinball, but each game that I play is really, really fun. Like, I thought all these games, as to quote Ralph, I thought a lot of these games were lame. They're not lame. They're actually really fun. Now, I know you're gonna ask in the comments, so I'm gonna tell you, I did buy the control panel. It was like $200 for a joystick and some buttons, but I'm telling you.
Yeah, so I really did enjoy the joystick added. I was able to play, you know, a couple of shooter games. I love shooter games. Vertical shooter, it's really weird because if you take the vertical shooters and put it on it, you are stretching them. You are. Like, it's a 4x3 game, vertical, but then you're stretching it at 16:9. But it like totally works vertically. It especially when it's laying down and stretched, like, it's fine. It's totally like you can play like Pac-Man or Burger Time or Galaga, you know, I don't know, 1945 Strikers, you know, a couple different vertical games, and they play really well. So that's cool. And of course, everyone probably knows the downsides of the Legends pinball. Like, it sounds like it's constantly farting, right? I put in the joystick on it. It's just like, constantly all the time. You just kind of like ignore it. And I've seen some people, they put some cushions in it, and I just haven't got around to do it. I've like unscrewed it and tried it again. It was just like, okay. But the gameplay, it plays really well. The like lag is like you can't perceive it at all like you can on other ones. So anyway, so that's the AtGames Legends. Came out in 2021. At least that's when I picked it up, and it was a pretty good product. Another one I'm really happy about is the iircade. This one is the gift that keeps on giving. Unlike the AtGames products where there's constantly firmware updates, and it's debatable whether they add good features, every firmware update from iircade is a blessing. It actually is, and they don't come out with it constantly. I think maybe they read between the lines on or read the leaves, whatever you want to call it, right? They did a really good job on the iircade. Basically understand the problem with firmware fatigue. They don't have that. I do believe they're going to come out with like a 2.0 version, I hear. Actually, I learned that from Zohar's new iircade video, which was really fantastic video. Zohar, you outdid yourself. He finally made the content that is not trolling in any way. It's just his honest, true opinion about a review of a product. And he's a fan of iircade, so welcome to the club, man. So I look forward to seeing you covering that content even more. And he talks about how the UI is going to be updated in 2.0 of the iircade. So that's exciting. That's only, I think, functionally, the iircade UI is the best UI out there. Functionally, it works great. I think like Arcade1up could learn from that. AtGames, they tried to do, their UI is funky, but a dedicated back button is really good. Like every arcade should have a dedicated exit button, and it needs to be dedicated. And the reason why is because if you ever have a modded arcade cabinet that's like running RetroPie, you have to do this thing called babysitting the mod. You guys know what I'm talking about? Babysitting the mod. It's where someone comes over, and I'm sure a lot of you had family over recently, right? And you're like, hey, you want to play this game? You have to help them, right? Because they don't know how to get to a game. They don't know how to get out of the game. But think about simple UIs from Netflix or Disney Plus. It's very simple. There's a back button. There's an OK button. And then there's 4 directions. It's all you need. It's all you ever need. We call that LRUD and back and OK. That's all you need. So you can select OK to enter some menu, press back to get out. And then that means even going into a movie. You're in a movie. You want to leave the movie, you press back, right? So like with an arcade, it would be like an exit button, right? And they have that on the iircade, but our Arcade1up has this whole even Arcade1up is not perfect. You have to hold down the button, and it's okay, but you still got to babysit someone a little bit. You got to be like, oh, hold down the player 1 button, for a while. And they're like, I tried. Like, my sister came over. She's like, I tried. And I'm like, it's 5 Mississippis. 5 Mississippis. Nate is saying that's why Arcade1up is so nice. And I believe that's right. It's just that one thing. Like, you got to let them know, like, oh, to exit out, you hold down for 5 seconds. And then that's it. But the iircade has, like a back button. And I think all of them should have. Like, the live button on the new Arcade1up, it should be the back button. I don't know, for some reason they're getting the live prominent piece. I think that should be a dedicated back. You just tap it. It's like, do you want to leave? Yes. Okay, you're back in the main menu. Okay, go pick a new game. Back button, or exit button. Do you want to leave? Yes. Okay, you're back in the main menu. So like anyone could figure that out. And the iircade is pretty close. It's probably the closest. It doesn't look good though. So hopefully the 2.0 version will look good. I did a video on that as well. You guys probably remember. It was my 6 months later video. I tell you, I really enjoyed making this video. And I'll tell you right now, this is why I want to make more content like this. And the best part of this video is right here, I think.
Are really good. The buttons themselves are more of a Sanwa style. They have a little bit of click to it, so unlike the Sanwas that have more of a silent feel. This has a little click to it. I really like it. All right, check this out. Before we get any further, we gotta talk about their customer service. So iircade has great customer service. They have 1-year warranty, and I actually had to take advantage of that warranty. It's all premium products.
Yeah,
but
sorry
I feel
about
like
the
3 or
sound
4
here,
months
but
of having the unit, my sound.
it's my favorite. I do this thing on YouTube. Then we'll talk about YouTube just for a second. iircade is a great product. Blah blah blah. I do these things where I love trying new things on YouTube, different content styles. And this one was, I wanted an intermission, so 2 minutes into the video, I have an intermission where I'm outside continuing the story, and I didn't even do a great job. There's other YouTubers out there. And this is my big chest hair video where Zohar called me out. He literally messaged me and was like, dude, you got to stop it with the chest hair. And I'm like, you got to stop it with shaming me. What if chest hair is my choice? Like, there's some people that have beards. Do I walk around going up to people with beards and go, oh, you should shave? Like, that's really grossing me out. But I have chest hair, okay? I have a lot of chest hair, whatever, right? Anyway, but I thought it was a fun thing and to continue the story. And one of my goals, hopefully in 2022, is make a video. I've been talking to other YouTubers about it, where there's it's an entire day trip where I get in the car, I go to a place, and I'm talking and telling a story the entire time. And you don't even realize that I'm going somewhere. And at the very end, I'm somewhere, and it's actually related to the entire video. Anyway, the coverage of the iircade, I really enjoyed making this video. But the games, the highlights of it is I really love the shooter games that are on the cabinet, and it really got me back into kind of yeah, your chest, your voice. Lewis Chambers with the funniest comment of the day. But anyway, now we're talking about beards. Bob talking all about beards. Amazing how many people tell you to shave your beard because they find it whatever. Yeah, good point. Yeah, the iircade has a lot of different games. And also what's great about this, all this content that you're seeing right here is from the HDMI port. So I recorded with my laptop HDMI and the camera at the same time. Now, of course, this is just about content, but the fact that the cab has the capabilities of doing that, I mean, I think, isn't it I guess the iircade, I mean, does that have, yeah, the iircade has a dedicated HDMI out, and here it is, I'm filming this video and was able to record, the camera and then sync them up, and I go back and forth between. So from a content creator's point of view, this is really, really cool. And so, of course, next year, iircade is going to be really exciting because they're coming out with online gameplay and being able to play. Yeah. Shave. Wait, isn't Justin? That's right. So I don't manscape this area, but that's a good point, Don. You totally have reminded me that this video is sponsored by Manscaped. Thank you so much, Manscaped, for sponsoring all podcasts in December was sponsored by Manscaped. I have no clue what that means, by the way. There's no monetization exchange or anything like that. They just were like, hey, tell all your friends that you can get 20% off if they use the coupon KITS. They're not paying me to do this. Maybe it's cheesy or whatever, but I was just trying to save you money, right? It's not anyway, but they did, in exchange for covering this podcast, they sent me one of these Lawnmower 4.0s, and I did not manscape my neck, but I manscaped somewhere else, somewhere probably more important. And again, like I've told you on previous podcasts, it has lights everywhere, and that's why I really like it. It has more lights than Tron, that I was saying, which is a really cool thing. So thank you, Donatai. I almost forgot about the sponsorship. That would have been bad, because I did promise them entire month of December I would do that. But I got a new sponsor coming out in 2022, which I think will be more appropriate for this channel, unless for some reason Manscaped is serious about continuing their sponsorship. We'll see. But anyway, so that was the iircade, and oh boy, the next thing I want to show you is so cool. This has got to be the highlight of my year. The highlight of my year is in this next video that I'm going to show you. There's so much content here that I could go on and on forever, but for the sake of time and where we're going at the pace of this video right now, I'm just going to highlight a few points on it. But dude, Mason Conrad, my buddy, came out to Iowa and we went to an auction together. And it's Iowa Gaming Classic, and there's highlights in this video that I'd want to show you that I think were the highlights of my year. Let's check it out. Some items went for cheap. We're talking like $5 for a redemption machine, $50 for an air hockey machine, $125 for a basketball machine. Some arcades went for only a few $100s. And you won't believe how much this Arcade1up Pac-Man went for. Spoiler, way too much.
It's Console Sister. Oh yeah.
The auction had rare items, old items to classics like Street Fighter, Duck Hunt, Punch-Out, Mortal Kombat, Dig Dug, Zaxxon, and Pac-Man. So let's take a look at some of the highlights.
Welcome to the greatest show on earth, guys. Thanks for being here today.
I don't know why, but I'm really excited about that. Here at the Iowa Gaming Classic, there's all these strange and interesting things that I've never seen before. When I look at this, I have no clue how much it's going to go for in the auction, but I'm really excited about it. Like, look at this game. Can you see this thing in your basement? Like, the way it stands, the size of it, the game, it's all like more mechanical. I don't know. Some of these old vintage things are really, really cool. I don't know if this is a new thing where I'm going to get into it, but this is the first time I've seen anything like this before. I think it's strange and exotic and different, but that's what makes your game room great and unique. Maybe you need to pick up something like this, but I'll be keeping an eye on this one, you know, for bidding, because if it goes for a low price, maybe I'll pick it up. We'll see. All right, guys, so this one's got to be the most interesting thing here. This thing came out in 1973, and the way this game works is completely different than anything that's here. So when you play the game, you're shooting at this thing, but this is actually a mirror. The gameplay is all happening down in here. It's like a mechanical game, almost like a pinball machine. This thing came out in 1973, which is interesting because it's the game that kind of sets in Vietnam, and that was during the Vietnam War. So this thing's kind of unique, and someone's going to pick this up. I wonder how much it's going to go for it. I'm really interested about that. I want this one so bad. Check out this Pac-Man. It is the coolest. What is it? A cabaret, this small,
I bought that.
little tiny little unit.
A lot of people probably don't know,
it's
but
like a
I got that.
3/4 scale, but way better than any Arcade1up ever, because this is original. This has a CRT. This is exciting, and I just might buy it.
And I did. I won that auction. So that didn't get highlighted very well in this video, but yeah, so at that auction, I picked up, was it two arcades? And this is the part I was going to show close-ups of the video, but then right before the video right before I went live, like, my computer restarted, so I don't have them readily available, but I will show you, here in this video is basically like a tour, if you will, of the basement that I'm in right now. Now, this video was taken September 6th, right as we moved in, and this was a video that I actually filmed just to show Ralph. Like, that's why it's portrait. I was like, hey, Ralph, here's the new basement, because he was really curious about it. So check out the video. It's pretty short, excuse me, but in the back you can see my arcades.
All right, quick tour. So this is the problem. I have this furnace here.
Now, in this video, I'm describing to Ralph, like, you know, from a YouTuber point of view, because we're constantly talking and like helping each other out, and I'm like, hey, like, I want to do this podcast. I'm telling him in September I'm gonna get back to doing the podcast, but there's audio issues in my basement. I didn't realize when I bought this house this furnace was gonna be so loud, and so I'm describing that. But let's check it out.
Here, and you can probably hear it. It's about 50 decibels right here.
All right, so I'm going down.
And then I walk over here. This is going to be like a little gaming area. I'm not sure what I'm going to do.
You can see it
here.
quiets down in this area now.
This is going to be the soldering station.
There we go.
I don't know. Guess arcades here.
So those are the arcades that I got. So I have a Play Choice 10 that I got early 2021. Then I got this Pac-Man Cabaret, and then I got this Cabaret, which is the Eagle, which is so good.
Guess arcades here.
And then this is where I'm sitting right now.
So this is like the little,
you know, obviously I cleaned this up or whatever, but yeah, right now this is the basement tour. Essentially, this is the basement is huge. That's the upside. I do have a very large basement, and I really love this house. This specifically, we looked around at so many houses, and so this basement, it's just a ranch, right? But the basement is split in half. Half of it is unfinished, and half of it is finished. So there's like another family room, and then 2 bedrooms in the basement, and it's a walkout. But about 1,200 square feet of the basement. Again, if you're from other areas of the country that don't have basements, Iowa is big in basements, all of this is kind of my arcade area. And so I'm actually in a corner of it right now, but hopefully in 2022, I'm going to expand a little bit more. I got a buddy coming over. We're going to throw some drywall up. We're probably going to throw some carpet down, and then I'm going to try to have multiple kind of video content creating stations so that I can make more content. And I've been telling like other YouTubers that are in our space, kind of the philosophy that I have is try to make a setup so it's really easy to just press record and go live. You're doing something wrong if you have to set up a lot to like get going on making content. And it's helped me out a lot. I hope it helps other people out that are watching. And plus, this is a game room as well. I got plenty of room to kind of turn this expand it into a bigger game room. So I'm looking forward to that. I'll probably buy a mixture of Arcade1up cabinets and full-size arcades, the ones that I really love. So let's move on. We're going to talk about some of the pickups from Arcade1up. So since moving, I ended up picking up this Big Blue. And Big Blue, it's in the other room right now. It's like in our exercise room. And I love the Big Blue. Got to play Zohar the other day. He's really good, by the way, as Street Fighter. Even if you play him and you're not very good, he'll like let you win because he's analyzing you. He's a chess player with Big Blue. But it's a lot of fun. I'm going to start playing a little bit more. And after this live stream is over, let's get on Big Blue, right? Let's get on Big Blue and play. Who's with me? Like, let's if you have a Big Blue, and we'll try to make it a thing. I know I was going to work with Akuma Rev, and he was going to try to do some training. I don't know when we're going to do that training. I forgot to reach out to him. I'm sorry. Like, what I meant to say to you, Akuma Rev, was I didn't even know what day it was, dude. I'm off work right now, and the days blended into each other. Like, the other day, it was Saturday, but I thought it was Friday because I just stopped paying attention. Anyway, so the Big Blue, really great cabinet. I will be doing a mod on it to make it a single-player unit. And the reason is because I'm going to buy another Street Fighter next year. I'm going to own 2 of these. Or 2 Street Fighters from Arcade1up. And the other one, I'm probably going to keep stock. But this one, my daughter and I like to play these games together. But this one will be a machine that I can play, and then she can play the other machine. That's right. I'm going to own 2 Street Fighters. I must be rich. Anyway, that's a little joke, right? Anyway, so the Big Blue is great. Now, I'm prepared to show you guys this. The Defender cabinet is another great buy. And on the website, it looks like they're gone again. Like, you go refresh on QVC. Look, they're gone. They were just available like an hour ago. They were available for about a week or so. And now the Defender's gone, but it is great. I have not made a video on this yet because I can't. Every single time I go to play it and learn it, I get trapped into playing it. It is beautiful. This is just a close-up of the deck. It looks so good, and it plays so well. And Ralph did a video on Sinistar that he got a real one. That thing, the Sinistar, that's the game I keep playing. I can't stop playing Sinistar. And I finally beat Sinistar level 1. It can be done. I'm sure there's other people who could do it right away, but it took me hours to defeat the Sinistar. And the reason why is because it's an 8-way gate. And this is just a standard joystick for an arcade. But remember, it's a 49-way gate on the Sinistar. That means 3 levels of sensitivity in every 8 directions. So it's like 7 by 7, essentially. It's like a matrix. And you could still play the game. It becomes slightly more challenging because on this version, you can't spin around very quickly. It's just not something you can do. But anyway, it's still playable. It's still definitely playable. And Ralph is saying that he hooked up a controller to the USB port and then used an analog stick. I haven't tried that yet, but I was you know, just trying. And here's the thing, you people are saying like just give yourself 30 lives. Another one saying Xbox 360 controller thumbsticks works great for Sinistar. What I love about this game, and the reason why I haven't made a video on it because it's really hard to make, because every single time I go play it, I'm like playing this. You can get back into the game so quickly. So like if you die, you just spam the one. It'll be like, hey, what's your, you know, once you put in your initials, just spam the one player button. Boom, you're back in the game. You started over. And so you go in there, you die a couple times, boom, 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 you're back in. And that's what makes it addicted to me. To get right back into the game so quickly just makes it so much more enjoyable. So Defender 40th anniversary, out of a lot of the things that I've bought in 2021, this is one of my favorite ones. I was able to pick it up for about $200. They're $240 right now. Hopefully they'll come back down again. Let's go to the next one. Wait, anybody in the chat want to talk about, let's see, I think Brad, Brad, you got the, you can actually learn how to play Defender on the Partycade. How cool is that? Got a couple comments about, and Zero Hill, stop it, Justin, you're giving me FOMO. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to highlight the things that I bought and that I enjoyed. Some things I regret, some things I didn't. It's never my intention to drive you to buy another product. That's your job. Your job is to fight the FOMO. I make comments on videos when someone says, I'm thinking about buying. I'm like, fight the FOMO. Make sure the fear of missing out is not the reason why you're buying it. You know, make the purchase because it's something that you study, you analyzed, and you actually want to get it, and you think you'll keep it after a year or something like that. Or some people out there are totally fine with buying a cabinet a year later. If they don't have any joy in anymore, they put it on Facebook Market and try to get half their money back, or a third or 2/3 or something like that. That's what some people do. That's what some people do. I know this because they comment on my channels and tell me that. Anyway, how about the Miss Pac-Man? The Miss Pac-Man Galaga was another one that I picked up. Now, I did a big break where I didn't buy any Arcade1up cabinets in the early part of 2021, but then Kohl's got me. And this is one I really enjoy it. It's not perfect, and it's not perfect, but let's see. I got a picture of it. And the reason why is because mine didn't come up with a very good marquee. Been hearing more and more about these quality issues with the marquee, so really think twice about buying some of these newer Arcade1up cabinets. In my opinion, the Miss Pac-Man Galaga Class of 1981 marquee for me was not very good. It's you could justify it, I guess, but I mean, it's not the end of the world. And I have thought about buying. Part of me like wants to just go, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Kind of like no one cares. My wife doesn't care. She didn't look at it and go, oh my God, that looks tacky or anything like that. It's just, you know. And then I've also seen other videos like maybe you could turn down, you know, the brightness on it. I'm going to look into that, because if there's an easy fix, like where you can just like regulate the voltage with a resistor or voltage regulator or a dimmer switch, in other words, to kind of dim that down, and maybe it doesn't look so blown out, maybe that would work. It beats buying a whole new marquee, and other people are buying a new marquee. Yeah. Let's see. So the Tempest is another one I bought. I got this one on a big discount. I think some people picked this up for $249. Mine was closer to about $300. I'm not going to talk about Kohl's Cash. We got anti-Kohl's Cashers. Zero Heroes. Like, let's not talk about Kohl's Cash, okay? By the way, he sounds exactly like that. I still haven't put this one together. Maybe there's something wrong with me because I bought it, but I haven't assembled it yet. And the reason why is because I have a 12-in-1 already, and so I have it right here. And yeah, so that's probably one of the reasons that I haven't put it together yet. You know, you probably know the story. I hurt my foot as well. So, but maybe this week I'll put it together. NBA Jam. Now this was a great buy. Got this one I got nearly with Kohl's Cash. All right, so Kohl's Cash nearly paid for this unit. And if you wanted to get one now, Kohl's is pretty good because it's $149 just like the other places, but you also get $30 in Kohl's Cash, so you could justify getting it. So I loved getting this thing. It plays very, very nice. I kind of wish maybe it was a one player and you could like pick which player you're going to be, 1, 2, 3, or 4, or something like that. It doesn't really matter once the game starts because you can kind of toggle between whichever player you are, and you could just say a one player you're, I don't know, but like the 2-player NBA Jam, I did put together this video on it. I really enjoyed making that video. I felt like I almost called it honest review, but I thought maybe some people would be upset with that title, but I was trying to be real in the video, and I kind of tell a story about why the NBA Jam is special to me. So in my opinion, that was a very honest review, maybe a little too honest. Anyway, and so this is when I was disassembling, I was just literally, I made this to make, I sent this to Zohar. I was like, dude, you should make a video like this where you're just like pressing all the buttons and you tear everything off. And I was having a good time, good memories. And then I ended up putting it in the video. I used this in the video because I talk about something very emotional in the video. So while I was in the creative process of doing the editing, I realized something interesting is that if you guys watched it, I talk about a friend of mine that's no longer with us. And in that, it was really hard to make that video. Like the moment I took one take, that's it. I pressed record and I said what I was going to say, and that was it. And I was done. And that part where I'm talking about missing her, I was actually tearing up, and I threw B-roll over it to hide it. And I was trying to find B-roll that would kind of not make it so emotional. And so I added the video of me tearing things up and goofing around. And when I was watching it back, I was like, hey, it kind of diluted it in a good way, made it more palatable. So for those of you that really, if you've made it this far into my podcast, then maybe you enjoy my content and you can, I don't know. It was literally just something I did on the spot that felt right, and then I published it the way it is. I actually was afraid to put that video out, so I appreciate everyone giving me, telling me your stories about things that touched you or people that touched you emotionally. Because I was nervous to make that video. I made the video members only first because I was afraid. I thought I'll make it to the members only. Those are like closer friends, and they would probably comment positively on the video. And then I put it out publicly. I wasn't even sure I was going to do it publicly. Then P-Dubs messaged me and was like, "Did you mean to do that members only?" And I was like, "Yeah, it was just early access, And he's like, "Okay." Anyway, so I put out that content, and yeah, I really appreciate the positive feedback I got from it. So now we're going to look at some of the voicemails that came in that I think are really, and we got a couple super chats we'll highlight, and those in the chat, I'll definitely be highlighting the chat a little bit closer now that I've, been, we got Peter Griffin. I'm looking forward to the Peter Griffin one. It's what do you call it? It's unreviewed, but he's a nice dude. Okay, anyway. So we got, here we go. Dawn of Time. What's up, Dawn of Time? You in the chat, Dawn of Time? Here, where's he at? Oh, he's got a super chat. I'll highlight his super chat when we get into the video, or to the voicemail here. Mr. Dawn of Time. That's right. Are you YouTube splaining us, Justin? Okay, here's Dawn of Time with his voicemail. Very good voicemail, by the way. I really appreciate it. Here it is.
Hey, this is the Dawn of Time. First-time listener, long-time caller. And out of the 10 cabinets I picked up this year,
10 cabinets
is the iircade.
Oh, iircade.
Other favorite pickup this year was the Switch.
Ooh, and Nintendo Switch is very good.
Wife got me Mortal Kombat 11 for Christmas. Late to the party, but having a blast with it. Anyways, hope you have a good show and you're doing well. Peace.
Thanks, man. So the Dawn of Time. His two favorite pickups of 2021 was the iircade. Fantastic machine, premium quality, especially those of you got the deal at $299 or $249, $299 with a stand. That deal was fantastic this year. I couldn't believe they went that low. Like, I remember thinking that the iircade was gonna be that price when they first announced it, because they said it was gonna be the cost of like a regular console. This is before PS5, Xbox Series X came out. So I was thinking like, oh, $350. Then they came out with the Kickstarter price. I think it was like $3.99 is what I paid for. And then some people had to pay like $700. That's the regular price, but it is pretty premium. Premium hardware, comes with 6 months warranty and all of that. And then now there's all these discounts, and they have discounts on the games, and they got some exciting news coming out in 2022. I have no clue what it is. I've speculated on it before, but yeah, the iArcade. Jong says it's going to be their year next year, 2022. So they seem pretty confident that what they got announced at CES is going to be spectacular. And the Nintendo Switch. Come on, if you're into retro gaming and you don't have a Nintendo Switch, I mean, obviously it has some great games on it, but also the amount of retro callbacks in the games that they have is pretty fantastic. We're going to go to our next voicemail, another unscreened voicemail. Let's see what we got.
Hey, what's up, Console Kids? It's me, CT Jason.
It's CT Jason!
I got a Best Buy for 2021. My first one and only one is Big Blue.
Big Blue!
Big Blue, Big Blue. Big Blue was the truth. Still is the truth. I love the online play.
There
and
we go.
Second up, I might say is the Simpsons cast just because I like how it looks. But Big Blue all day.
All right.
Have a good year, Console Kids. I'll see you later.
That's right. We got CT Jason. He only has one volume level. It's all the way up to 11. That's right. Thank you so much, CT Jason. And you know we tease about you. You know, he's going to get mad at us one of these days. He's like, I got laryngitis on the voice or something like that. We're like, whoa, sorry, didn't mean to go there. But, dude, he's got passion. He's got personality. I love it. If you haven't seen his arcade, go check out CT Jason. He has a YouTube channel that he showcases his. It's legit. It's not Brad. Brad's not legit anymore. That honor now goes to CT Jason. They can share the honor, but everyone needs to check out CT Jason's game room. Puts mine to complete shame. Mine's just this unfinished basement with a couple cabs and some RGB lighting. This guy did some amazing things in his basement. And of course, I'm saying all these nice things because I feel bad about talking about his voice. Anyway, so now we're going to hear Peter Griffin, electric drum something. The guy's always all caps. Always all caps in all of his comments. He's been commenting on my channel for years. You've probably seen him. This is fully unscreened, but I can kind of, it's Google. I use Google Voice for the call-in system, and I can see like the text. I don't see any stars, so I don't think we'll have any swear words. But here we go. It's listen to Peter Griffin.
Hey, this is Peter Griffin.
Wait, is Peter Griffin brothers with CT Jason? Oh, that's funny.
Long time watching.
Hey, wait a second. He actually did the voice. This is fantastic. Okay, I gotta start over. All right, so next up, we're going to hear from Peter Griffin, Electric Drum. First time ever hearing his voice on the podcast. Let's check it out.
Hey, this is Peter Griffin. Long time watcher, first time caller. Hey, Justin. Hey, Peter Griffin, Electric Drums. Hey, best pick 2021. I ordered the Terminator 2.
Oh.
And I got the Simpsons. Those are my best picks.
T2 and Simpsons.
Your show. Love you, bro. Also, John D., you got to give us a claw machine.
Claw machine.
3/4 scale claw machine so I get my stuffed toys in there, All right. Thanks, guys.
Dude, thank you so much, Peter Griffin. We got Peter Griffin came on the show. Thank you so much for calling in. Super excited to finally hear from you. Like someone famous like Peter Griffin would call into the show. This is amazing. So let's highlight what he talked about. His pickups, Terminator 2 and The Simpsons. Now, The Simpsons kind of makes sense because I know Peter Griffin likes his cartoons. But also, Peter Griffin has been saying this for a while. The claw machine. Now, I wasn't originally sold on the claw machine. This is something that he has been commenting out about for a really long time. But then I remember, so he wants the claw machine with stuffed animals. But what I want is a smaller claw machine. Who says it in the chat? Come on, you know what you want. candy, little bags of Skittles, little Snickers. Maybe Snickers would melt, so that's a bad idea. But a claw machine, there we go. The Dawn of Time says the claw machine with San Juan buttons. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Wait, he said shut up, Meg? Is that right? Anyway, I think that would be a really cool thing. Whether or not Arcade1up would ever come out with a claw machine is I don't know. But there's another thing that I've talked to Peter Griffin about that I think would be a really cool idea is a coin machine. What if Arcade1up came out with a coin machine? But what if maybe it doesn't have to be Arcade1up that does it? So a lot of people want some of these other devices to be like a little refrigerator. So what if we went to Frigidaire, one of those companies, Whirlpool or whatever, and made the suggestion, like there is this huge retro space out there, a community of people that are making game rooms, and what if you took your refrigerator and made a special edition of it, and maybe you do partner with someone like Arcade1up, but you make your refrigerator look like a coin machine, right? So you actually make it look like a prop. There's something that you would have in a real arcade, but it's a working refrigerator. So now it's kind of like a dual purpose thing. That would be really cool. And I've had that conversation with Peter Griffin, and I don't know if he 100% agrees with me, but yeah, like a 3/4 scale Pepsi Coke machine. I mean, that would be fire as well. Like just straight up, just a licensed refrigerator Coke machine would be cool, like a miniature Coke machine. Something else that we can put in the arcade that would look really cool. And maybe this is something that we can do on our own. Like if people, due to licensings, they claim they can't, forget it. Why don't we reach out to some of the third-party companies and we say, hey, why don't you, I don't know, like Tulsa Arcades or Arcade Graphics, and be like, look, let's pick a model that's available at like every Walmart, right? That's like $100, and then they custom fit, like with the Coca-Cola logo or the Dr. Pepper logo. I like this idea better. Forget the coin machine. Maybe they could do an artwork for a coin machine, but imagine custom artwork for a mini fridge that makes it look like a miniature Coke machine, Dr. Pepper. I don't know. That would be kind of cool. Anyway, so let's check out our next unscreened. Oh, it's Had a Bachelor, because I see the word host had a bachelor in the. Let's hear what he has to say.
Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Brian Stratton here, your host, Had a Bachelor. Make sure to comment, like, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. Be proactive in the chat.
Be proactive in the chat.
Yeah, you.
I like that.
No, not you. No. Yeah, you. All right. Have a great day.
All right. Thanks, Brian, so much. Let's highlight some of those super chats that we got coming in here. Let me make sure I got all of them. It says, Hobby Hand says, see, chat one, to clarify. So $75 each. Okay, let's go figure out what this puzzle is. He says, I put off a deal, got my NBA Jam and Marvel Countercade for $150. Amazon had a $150 gift card deal. Way happy. Deals are still out there. And according to his second super chat, thanks for the donations, by the way. He says, so to clarify, $75 each. I didn't see that deal. I'll have to check that out. Here I am with deals again. I love those deals. You know me. And let's see. And we got Dawn of Time with I think, oh, wow, my computer's like locking up. Anyway, he says, it's Christmas. Smash a like on this stream. That'd be appreciated. Let's see. So we are wrapping up the show for tonight, but I want to highlight a couple in the chat. I'd love to hear from you. We got I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes left or so. Want to hear from you, your pickup. That's the theme. Let's do it. So my pickup, start your chat with my pickup or my favorite pickup of the year. Want to hear from you. And while you're doing that, I want to let you guys know, if you're watching on the replay, I really appreciate you. And I want to hear from you as well in the comments. And it's not a YouTube thing. It's not like, oh, I'm trying to get more comments, more impressions. Part of YouTube is I really enjoy communicating with the community. It is a lot of fun And of course, the Donna time with the, no, I'm not talking about pickup trucks. I'm talking about arcade pickups. It could be anything retro gaming, anything gaming in general, anything gaming, anything. Your favorite gaming pick up, something that you bought in 2021 that brought joy to you, that you want to share with other people in hopes that they see your joy and that maybe they could find that same joy either in the pickup that you got or they can appreciate. There we go. Thank you so much. We're starting to see a lot of... I just made a call to Console Kits. We got another call in from... It's C Marvel. Go ahead and continue with your live chat with my favorite pickup. We're going to play this voicemail.
Hey there, Justin. This is C Marvel 360, and I believe I've been a watcher since February 2021.
Yeah.
And I've been a commenter, or I'm supposed to. How long I've been a caller? This is my first time calling. Well, since I can't rehearse anything. Well, anyway. So my favorite pickup of 2021 has to be hands down the Miss Pac-Man Galaga Class of 81.
Yeah.
With a few caveats, but without getting into them, my favorite part has to be the Galaxian gameplay on there.
Oh, really?
It kind of sped itself up because I had a few issues, but overall, it's very competitive, and I'm on there all the time. I hold the number 2 spot, and I want to give a shout-out to the top 4 players. Top 4, so that is also outside myself, who are up there because it's a whole lot of fun, and happy holidays to the entire Arcade1up community, and keep doing what everyone is doing.
Thank you so much, C Marvel 360, for calling in. I love your comments. I really appreciate them. He also mentions some of us on Twitter whenever he has something cool that he wants to share. I read those and appreciate it. It's a lot of fun interacting with you. This is a guy that really, really loves. He had the Galaga and he had modded it with different buttons and lights and such whatnot. But he ended up getting the class of 1981. He's also the one that shared with us, and I think Ralph made a video on it. Maybe it was only the little what was it, like a bug that was in Galaga that I didn't know about, where basically you're playing Galaga but you haven't put a coin in yet. It's like little kids could come up and like press the buttons and they could take over the ship and actually start playing the game even though it's still in the attract mode. It's this weird, you can actually start playing it, and then the whole thing crashes, and you try it out on an Arcade1up because it's using a real arcade ROM. The glitch actually exists on that as well. That was really cool. That kind of made my day when you explained that. All right, so we got the best pickup of 2021 from Console Fanboys, the iircade. In fact, he has a video on that. It's not trolling. It is a great video kind of highlighting the series of trolling and then him coming full circle on how the iircade is great. Go check it out. Molar Medic says, favorite pickup of the year, my F14 and Pinbot real pinball machines. Nate saying the ALP and a Windows 10 PC for FX3. That's where it's at. That's really cool. My pickup of the year was me. No. My pickup of the year was, I think he means Miss Pac-Man. S and E are close. Maybe he's saying Mr. Pac-Man because E and R are next to each other. I don't know. Zero Hero says, my favorite pickup, Big Blue and X-Men. And then we got my pickup of the year is getting my Evercade versus Founders Edition. Very cool. Marvel is 149. Oh, we're talking about the Marvel Countercade, right? My favorite pickup of the year is the iircade and chatting with the community. King Kong says my favorite pickup of the year is a dual Hydro Thunder linked arcade cabs. That is a killer deal. Now, real quick, the person I bought this house from, which is really interesting, super rare that I've owned different houses, bought and sold throughout the years, right? I'm sure you have too. I never have really talked to the owner like this one. Like, I met him, we talked multiple times. He showed me in the basement things that he was going to keep or leave and all this stuff. It was really cool. And he said, what are you going to do down here? And I said, I'm going to build an arcade down here. And he goes, do you have Hydro Thunder? Hydro Thunder was his favorite arcade machine ever. And I was like, oh, I'm going to go to this auction. And he's like, oh, does the auction have Hydro Thunder? And it did. And we told him, we're like, you got to come check it out. And he's like, well, I'm moving to Texas, and hopefully I'll find a Hydro Thunder down there. Dude was obsessed with Hydro Thunder. Anyway, let's see. Rainwater Games. Hold on. It scrolled on me, but it's selected. Now I got to find it. I can't talk about my favorite pickup yet because I have not yet made a video about it. Soon. Very cool. Look forward to that. Have you ever played Wreckfest, Justin? I'm addicted. I have not played it. Star Wars Pinball, but I just got an iArcade for Christmas and loving it so far. So people are not regretting that iArcade purchase. So pick up Tron Defender. There we go, Hobby Hands. Very good. Not Thursday said my pickup for 2021 is the Tempest Arcade1up. Yeah, I have that one. I'm looking forward to it. I haven't unpacked it yet this week. I'm going to do it this week. I wanted to pick up my custom 3/4 scale music rhythm game. All right, there we go. I know my family likes playing video games with his daughter just like I do. Custom 3/4 scale music rhythm game. There you go. That's cool. Fist of Love with his $300 iArcade. Had to cut back this year. Only item this year, Miss Pac-Man Countercade, and he loves it. Thank you, Bob. He's highlighted in that video that I showed earlier. If you guys want to watch the full thing, I'll put a link in the description of this video later. If you're watching on the replay, or come back later, remember, oh, that's right, Justin had a video about Iowa Gaming Classic. Bob is in it. There's a handful of people in it that are regular here in the chat. No, that doesn't count. Okay. Big Blue and iArcade OLED Switch. That is something I did not get, and he got his hands on a PS5. System with a decent video card is the hardest thing to find. Marvel is $149 on what? So you can get a Marvel Countercade, $149 at various places. Kohl's has $149 plus $30 in Kohl's cash. Jason with his favorite pickup, a Nintendo 64 for his son, with Super Mario 64, Mario Party, and an EverDrive 64. A lot of those Nintendo 64 games are just really, really expensive, so I totally understand. I also have myself an EverDrive 64, and there's other things you can do with it other than just play those games. There's homebrew games out there. There's modification games out there. It's really, really cool. If you haven't tried out the EverDrive, they are very nice and super convenient. Some of them have game saves, like where the game would make you save, you know, like at only certain spots. The EverDrive allows you to save like a snapshot, so that's good. You can use that on the original console. Miss Pac-Man is my favorite pickup this year. There we go. Ben Toll with his favorite is NBA Jam. Brooklyn Menace pickup iArcade. His favorite is... Wait, Amazon? Okay, they're talking about where to get it. Okay, my favorite pickup was a used Star Wars cab. I saw that on a Facebook group. I don't know if it was you, but there's someone else that recently got a Star Wars cab. They actually found one. I think they got it for like $400. That's a pretty good deal, especially when, you know, we don't know if we're going to see another one next year. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. We don't know. So my pickup of the year is a Smash Bros. What does this say? Mel for $2 out thrifting. Very cool. Smash Bros. Okay, cool. Galaga Countercade in the UK. Choice. It's still limited. Wow. Wow, that's really good. Let's see, iArcade, my new favorite by far. P-Dubs just went live. Yeah, I think he was saying, yeah, he wanted to know when I was going live. I think he didn't want to, like, cross over or something. So if he's going live, head over there in a little bit. Switch Online, N64, yeah. Dragon Slayer, iArcade. See Marvel, yes. Let's see. Checking to see. My pickup is Tron. Nostalgia was strong on that one. Coming through. I just got the Simpsons iArcade X-Men versus Street Fighter, but arcade pickup of the year was the Buy Stuff More tilt and turn TV stand to switch right into a pinball portrait or landscape modes with TV. Very cool. Yeah, well, Zohar, your best pickup of the year is the To Die For Mortal Kombat, and you are nuts for saying it's amazing so far, but he also said he really liked the iArcade. That's right. Got a few more here we'll highlight. We're talking about my pickup of the year was a full-size Double Dragon. Very cool. Very, very cool. Let's see. My pickup is MVSX, followed closely by the Evercade versus Founder Edition. Both arrived the same day and are great. That's really cool, Clax. Very, very cool. I just picked up a ton of retro toys from the Whatnot app. Highly addictive. Just a warning. Whoa. Whoa. If it's addicting, I better not. Whoa. Whoa. Whew. I better not go look that. I better not look at that. I don't think I can handle it. Tempest is in my cart as well. There you go. Let's see. I would love some community games and challenges from you. Everything else in the cabs. Yeah, that'd be cool. Everdrive is awesome, Bob. Okay. Very good, guys. This was a very fun evening, and I really appreciate all that you do to support this channel and the other channels related to Home Arcade. Thank you once again for hanging out for another weekly stream here on Console Kits. That's right. So we'll be doing another, of course, Sunday. Next Sunday, we'll be back. It'll be the new year, right? It'll be the new year. So we got to talk about 2022, right? We got to talk about 2022 and how 2022 is going to be the best year. Don't forget to check out all the other content on YouTube in the Home Arcade space. Just search for Console Kits. You'll find all the other ones. Search for P-Dubs. You'll find all the other ones. Search for Mike. Now, wait, now I got to name all of them. Do I have to, like, name every single YouTuber now? They're going to get mad at me or something? Yeah. Oh, I better say, watch Zohar. If I don't say his name, he's going to be mad at me. Console Fanboy's a YouTuber now, and he's starting to make content that people actually like. So you went and saw Zohar and were like, I hate Zohar. Go try him again, because I think his content is great. Mike of all trades. There we go. Another up-and-comer. This dude's funny. He lets Zohar make fun of him. That's cool. Yes, someone is clipping. Thanks, everyone. Have a safe year. There we go. Oh, I've become the dad, because for a long time I was the mom. But now I'm the dad. Is that how it goes? Wow. It's really good. Anyway, thank you so much for hanging out. I really appreciate you. You know what my best pickup of 2021 was? It was you. It's always been you. I lied. All of the pickups that I bought today, I forgot to highlight one thing. You. You're special to me. You're the most favorite thing that I picked up in 2021. I appreciate you. Go double check down below. Did you hit subscribe yet? You didn't hit subscribe? Go press subscribe. And then you too will be my favorite pickup in 2021. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, because I love you. It's my new outro. My new outro is, thank you guys so much for watching my video. I love you. What do you guys say? Is that good? Is that good? Let's give you my new outro. Let's try it. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching yet another Home Arcade podcast. I love you. I really do. I love you so much. You know, every single time. You know what happened to my heart? Let me tell you what happened to my heart. The very first time I saw you, my heart, it fell in love with you. It fell in love with you. It did this. My heart does this when I see you. Oh, I love you. Thank you so much for watching my video. I heart you. Why are you still watching? Oh my God. Why are you still here?